We're live. Hello everyone, welcome back to Summit League Racing, where today we're back for some Formula 2 action. It's been a while. Last time we raced Formula 2 here in SLR was Russia. Today we're here at Mexico, and I have been told that the Constructors' title can be wrapped up today for UNI Virtuosi. They need 24 points to win it. Can they do that today with SLR Darnell and Crispy 2001 at the wheel? Myself, SLR Corey, is here tonight to bring you this Formula 2 action. And we should be getting away for this one-shot qualifying any moment now. Last time out in F2, like I said, we were at Russia a pretty long time ago, so to jog your memory back, Crispy 2001 in the Virtuosi was on pole there, and the feature race winner was UK Beast Assassin, who also won the sprint race as well, so that was a pretty good weekend from UK Beast Assassin in Russia. So here we are then for qualifying. Here at Mexico, who's going to take pole here in Formula 2 at Mexico. Just getting the rest of the drivers in the lobby now. I believe Primus Gaming and SLR Xhaka. I think Xhaka may have disconnected, but Primus Gaming is going to be joining us for the race. So we are going to have 19 drivers for this race, which is fantastic. At the moment, it is the two UNI Virtuosis, 1 and 2. With Crispy just ahead of his teammate Darnell, who's dropped down to 4th. Currently staying on board with Xhaka for the rest of his lap. The very tricky essay section, which is hard enough in a Formula 1 car, so I can imagine how hard it is in a Formula 2 car as well. So jump to Crispy then for his final sector of the lap. Only got UK Beast Assassin just behind him. Oh, and UK Beast Assassin has took the lead. The final corner, is he going to take pole over Crispy? He is! So UK Beast Assassin is on pole here in Mexico in Formula 2. We started off how he finished in Russia at the front of the pack. So he gets 4 points for qualifying on pole. With Crispy behind him, Race Roller third, SLR Darnell and P4 on the other Virtuosi. Division P5, Mitzi P6, SLR Dodgy P7, SLR Czech P8, SLR Xhaka P9, JD Menz in P10, SLR Bennett 11th, SLR Marsh down in P12, respectively, OG James in P13, Baggy Fan 14th, Night Ranger 15th, Owen 16th, Mason Gannon 17th, and SLR Sunderland in 18th. So we're now getting underway for the formation lap here at Mexico. Primus Gaming did join us, so he will be starting 19th in the dams. But it is UK Beast Assassin that takes us away on this formation lap. Crispy 2001 behind him. Race roll P3, it's like Darnell in P4. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, the Constructors' Championship can be won today. UNI Virtuosi. So Can they make that happen? Yeah, let's happen shit quickly. Race Roller 22 on 326 points with Crispy behind him, 280. UK Beast Assassin now on 274 to get in pole position. It's like Darnell with 268. I think they are the only 4 that can win this championship with the remaining races to go. Roller, championship leader, down in P3. What can he do in the next 2 races we have tonight? There's Primus Gaming just pulling into his grid spot now. We're going to get underway here in Formula 2 for Mexico. One, two, three, four, 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. We're underway here at Mexico for Formula 2. Okay, Beast Assassin gets a decent start. That's like Darnell's up into P3. Exceeds wheel to wheel with Race Roller. Who's going to go ahead going down to turn 1? Let's find out. It looks like it's going to be Race Roller. It is going to be Race Roller. He stays P3. We've got a yellow flag at the back of that. I think that's Baggy Fan and Night Ranger that may have gone round and have an incident. It's not a good start from them. Division actually closing in. That's like Darnell. Is he going to send down the inside his division? He is. Can he hold on to that position? So Darnell's got the inside line. Division, is he going to hold it round the outside? He's still going to go wheel to wheel with the Virtuosi. It's what we love to see. We'll have the inside line from the start of the SS section. And it looks like Darnell's going to hold on to P4 and Division maybe round. Oh, he has caught that very nicely. He's lost a few positions, but I don't think he's going to care because he's stood in the race. He lost the back end and he's down to P12. So very lucky to still be in the race there. Oji James is P10 currently, battling with SLR. Xhaka. Is Xhaka going to go around the outside? He isn't. James holds on to P10, or does he? Because Xhaka looks to get the better exit. Is he going to go down the inside? He is. Who's going to get the better exit? It's going to be Xhaka with the inside line. Takes P10 from Oji James. Yeah, this UK Beast Assassin then that leads here in Mexico in Formula 2 with Crispy 2001 just behind him. Race Roller P3, it's like Darnell P4, and Midzi has made his way up into P5. Czech also gaining 2 places. Bennett has gained 4 from 11th. Menz has gained 2, and he looks to be battling with Bennett as well. Is he going to close in? He isn't going to close in. Dodgy has lost to Division. The biggest loser we saw on that moment earlier on. Got P5, now P10. Xhaka now down to 11th. Owen has gained 4 positions after starting 16th. Oji James in 13th. And he's having a battle with SLR Sunny, so we'll keep an eye on this. It doesn't send it down the inside, so Sun now getting 5 positions after starting 18th. It was 13th. Oji James down to 14th. Mason Gambling 15th, getting 2 positions. Primus Gaming starting at the back. So up into P16 now. By Marsh 17th, Ranger 18th, who I think Primus went a little bit wide there, he did. And Beckham went back respectively. This might be a nice little battle here going on for the positions near the back, so we'll keep an eye on this one for a moment. Going to send it down the inside. Might do. Reggie Hammer's losing a few more positions to Mason Gammon. And UKB's Assassin has already pulled a second gap to Crispy. He's loving life out in front. We got any other battles going down on the straight. Dodgy might be able to go on division here. Let's keep an eye on it. Dodgy, is he going to go down the inside at turn 1? He looks to have the speed. And he does. He gets past the high tech of division. He's up into P9. Dodgy's gone a little bit wide. So can division get him back? He's going to have a slipstream. Is he going to have a go down the inside, or is he going to try and slip it around the outside? He's going to go to the outside. Can he hold on? He's going to have the inside line for the next corner, which is going to help him. Division. Dodgy have a look at the switchback, but couldn't get past. So that's Division with the P9. Good battling so far. Sullivan's going to go down the inside of Mason Gammon. They do touch. He's going to push that HWA wide. Oh, he's going to send it back down the inside on Southern. And that is not the cleanest of move, and Southern will not be happy with that, because he's also just lost a position to OG Hammers as well. Now down to 15th, but he might be able to get the Gams straight back here with DRS. Is Southern going to send it round the outside? He looks like he is. He's got it before the corner, so back up into 14th, and hopefully can make his way back up through the pack. We're going to lap 4 then of this race. UK Beast Assassin got a 1.1 second gap now over Crispy. Check going to close in on Mitty a little bit. He looks like he has a little bit. Xhaka and Mason Gammon seem to be having a little battle down the main straight. Yeah, they're going to be side by side, but Mason Gammon's got the DRS. Pull away. Toby Hammer's going to have a go on SR Southerner. Oh, sorry, is SR Marsh going to have a go on Southerner? Sorry. He's a bit too far back. He's a Trident, but he's going to have DRS again on this next straight. This is the closest battle on track at the moment. Doesn't look like we've got a decent exit. Fortunately for him. Check is closing up to Midley for P5. Darnell's only just in front of him, so all three. The two ahead are going to get DRS. I'll check in Midley. But is Darnell going to be a sitting duck when they get on the main straight? So they both get DRS. Find out. Check's got DRS on Midley. Miz has got DRS on Darnell. Menz has got DRS on Bennett. Is he going to send it down the inside of the MP? He isn't. Going to wait for the main straight, or is he? A little half look there, did Menz. Very close. Getting P7. Doesn't look like he's going to get it for now. Go back on this battle then. These two going to close up to Darnell? They're not. And Menz is going to close up on Bennett though for P7. And he overtake the MP. Looks like it's going to be a pretty easy move for JD Menz. He is. He's already passed Bennett. He's going to get a second dose of DRS as well. Going on the main second straight. And Division's going to have a go as well down the inside. Bennett might lose 2 positions here. Lost one to Menz. He might be about to lose one to Division as well. Division's got the inside line, and that's a fantastic move from Division. With the P8. Past SLR Bennett. Something Menz he was in. He's going to wait. Have we got any other moves going down? What can we do? The UK Beast Assassin has got a penalty, so is Crispy and Darnell. It's only 3 seconds, but it might be crucial because as it stands, Race Roller, championship leader, is going to win this race. And they've got a long way to go, 15 more laps. And Roller looks to have got a better exit there than Crispy. He might be able to overtake him down on the main straight. Holds back for now. But Roller, at the moment, like I said, he's going to win this race on penalties. He doesn't pick one up himself. But he might be able to overtake Crispy for P2 on track at the moment. Keep an eye on this. See what he can do. DRS on the Virtuosi. He's going to pull to the left hand side. He's going to get him around the outside. Is he into turn 1? He's not. We'll go back on board. Good race roller. He's going to hold behind, but he's going to get another load of DRS. Is he going to have a? Is he going to send it here? He's got more speed. Crispy. He's going to go around the outside. Oh, they do touch. Oh, and Roller's off. Roller he does get a penalty for that, and I don't think he's going to be happy with Crispy at all for that. Crispy retakes P2, but there was contact and Roller got forced off the road there and got given a penalty, so he will not be happy at all. And Dodgy is closing up to Bennett for P9 here. So Dodgy might be able to get some points maybe. Looks a lot quicker through the S's section than Bennett, so is he maybe going to have a go with DRS here? Gone a little wide, but Bennett's also going to get DRS off JD Menz. See if there's any other overtakes at the back. Do you think there is? No, they're just closing up a little bit, so we might see some moves down the main straight. And when we go back on board with Darnell, he looks to be closing up on Roller. And Roller's also going to be closing up on Crispy. The can the work together here to bring home this Constructors' Champion. And Crispy hold up Roller maybe to get his teammate on the podium. Stands. We'll go back on board with Dodgy because he might be able to send it on Bennett. He's going to have a look. I think he is. Oh, and Dodgy's gone off there. Mason Gammon's through. We go back to the front because we've got like Roller closed up on Crispy quite a bit there, but I'm not sure if there was contact or Dodgy lost it in the braking. Mason Gammon looks like he's about to get past Bennett. So Bennett going down the order a little bit now. Mason Gammon's going to have the inside line for the next corner, but is he going to try and keep his nose in there? He isn't. Bennett holds on to P9 for now. And look, Roller's really closed up to Crispy now. He's still feel on track, and all this is just helping UKB's Assassin in the lead because he's got a 2.5 second lead. As it stands, he will still win this race after penalties. But all the top four currently with penalties. Roller looks to be closing up a little bit as well. Mason Gammon going to go on Bennett again. Bennett's got the inside line. And hold on. Mason Gammon's now got the inside line, and he is going to take P9 from SLR Bennett. We'll go back to the front with Roller and Crispy again. And Roller take P2 from Crispy. He tried on the last lap. There was contact. Looks like it's going to be a clean one this time from Roller around the outside of turn 1. He's going to get another load of DRS as well. This is going to make the other virtuoso close up. SLR Darnell to his teammate. Is Crispy going to make this a hard time for his teammate, or is he just going to let him go? Isn't going to get past his teammate there, so it is Roller up into P2. Crispy now down to P3. Is Mason Gammon going to close up on JD Menz? We'll keep an eye on this battle. Going to the end of the first sector. He's going to wait. Dodgy also closing up a little bit there. Tom Marshall puts up a 3-second penalty for track limits now. Darnell's got DRS on his teammate Crispy, but Crispy also with DRS off Roller, so two virtuosos hoping to work together here. Mason Gammon's going to close up on JD Menz. He's going to have the inside line. Can he get P8? He can. Mason Gammon up into P8 now. He's gained 9 positions so far, so it's a fantastic race from him. See Crispy then, is he going to retake the good position? It's from Race Roller. Got DRS, but he's going to wait behind him because he knows he's going to get another DRS down this next straight. Let's see, does he get past Carlin for P2? He's got DRS. No, we still can't get past him. Keep an eye on this battle, well, this 4-car train. Mason Gammon, JD Menz, Bennett and SLR Dodgy. P8 all the way down to P11. Mason Gammon will unfortunately drop behind all of these when the checker flag drops. Owen's also closing up on SLR Southerner as well. P12. Go back to the front. Between Crispy and Race Roller again. I think this could be going on to the checkered flag. Oh, this is kind of helping Midzy a little bit as well, because he's staying within a second of these, and he's still yet to pick up a penalty. So he may well finish P2 as it stands. It'll be a good race for Midzy if he can do that. Dodgy is closing up on Bennett. But doesn't look like he's going to get past him, at least until the main straight. But let's go back to Crispy and Roller again. He's got DRS. He's got a toe going down into turn 1. Not going to be able to go from there, surely. No, he's not. Maybe the next straight though. Depends how good his exit is. Does look maybe a little bit better. Roller. DRS again. On the toe. But again, just too far back. Menz and Bennett have just made up 2 positions there, getting past Dodgy. They're both back in the top 10. Midzy's now really closing up to this train of Roller, Crispy and Darnell. Crispy's now 4.5 tenths away from Race Roller, but I'm sure it is hard to follow cars through that exit section. Vision now picks up a penalty for track limits. Dodgy's closing up on Bennett as well, so we'll keep an eye on this battle because he's going to get DRS in a few seconds' time. He could retake P10 from the MP. But Bennett's also got DRS in from Menz. We've got yellow flags at the back. I think that Primus Gaming has just gone off a little bit there. I believe on his Formula 2 debut he is at the moment. He made a pretty decent start, gaining a few positions, but he has unfortunately made an error and dropped back down to 18th respectively. He's going to get another load of DRS on Carlin. Can he take P2 maybe? Not yet, no. It's still about half a second the gap between the two, so... Can Midzy though take P4 from Darnell? We'll find out soon, but with 9 laps to go, he haven't got much time to do it, but he's now forming a train up in front. But it's really hard to follow cars through the exit section, so he's just losing more time. He's going to gain it with DRS, but again, he's going to be too far back to go for a move. Crispy's closing up on Race Roller a bit here, but again he's still 6.5 tenths back, so I don't think he's going to be close enough to go for a move still. One man's coming to the pit already with Bennett. His pit stop, so that promotes Dodgy now looking to P10. Let's go back to the front. Can Crispy get past Roller this time? And Roller's really closing up to UK Beast Assassin as well, so maybe a change for the lead later on in the race, but Crispy's still too far back, and so is Darnell as well. A bit wide there, so his teammate might be able to get him going into the next part, going into the final sector. Primus Gaming is also coming to the pit lane, but no moves happening at the moment. Assassin, Race Roller and Crispy come in, so SLR Darnell takes the lead from Midzy and then from Czech, who is still yet to pit in the race. See that Midsy's closing up on Darnell. It was about half a second there. Darnell's made a bit of an error, it looked like there, so Midsy might be able to catch up and maybe overtake him by the time they get into the pit lane, and that will be on track. But the cars on the fresh tyres will start to catch up now because they're on quicker, well, fresh tyres, quicker rubber. May be able to extend the gap out in front. Darnell and Midsy still need to pit. They're going to come out further behind. Check has now just picked up a penalty through the SS section for track limits. He's got a flag at the back. Not sure who that is, but we're going to stay on board with this because I believe these two are about to come in the pit lane. Made their one and only stop to go onto the super soft tyre. Darnell does, but Midsy stays out for another lap. He wants another lap on the fresh rubber at the end. Someone has made a mistake. I think that's Xhaka. He's also yet to pit through the SS section. Very tricky through there. Currently, oh, and Roller is right near UK Beast Assassin here. And this is for the net lead of the race. It could be very interesting. Check and Dodgy coming as well. Their one and only pit stops. Roller might be able to take the lead here from UK Beast Assassin. The gap was nearly 3 seconds at one point, and now it's under a tenth of a second because Roller is going to get him down into turn 1. Pulls to the left hand side, and he takes the lead. Always, UK's going to send it down the inside, he isn't. A Roller into the lead of the race then. He's got DRS to pull away as well. There's only Midsy left to pit now, he's in the lead. 27 seconds, if that, well, not even that now. He's on his 13 lap old softs. The benefit of that is he's going to get an extra lap on those fresh super softs. So is that going to benefit him maybe in the race? And he's still yet to pick up the penalty, and near enough everyone else has. So that also might help him as well, gain a few positions at the checkered flag. As yes, he does come in. It's a no-brainer to come in at this point, as UK Beast Assassin picks up another penalty. Roller had the pain, well, everyone else behind him had the pain, following other cars through that SS section. UK Beast Assassin didn't, and now he has. So that is now 6 seconds worth of penalties. Same with Roller, and same with Darnell. Crispy doesn't. But if he stays within 3 seconds of the 2 cars ahead, he will finish ahead of them at the moment with 5 laps to go. Let's see where Midsy comes out. It'll be interesting to see. He can now go full throttle, and I think he's going to come out maybe. He's going to be behind Darnell ahead of Check. So P5 is Midsy, and UK's Beast Assassin retakes the lead then from Roller with the DRS. He's going to have DRS to pull away as well, so he's definitely needing that. Is Darnell going to close up on his teammate Crispy, the two UNI virtuosos working together maybe. Could win the Constructors' Championship this race. Primus Gaming picks up another penalty. They need to work together. They have done all year. Maybe get both cars on the podium. Midsy needs to hope that these lot in front of him keep battling, because he could take the race victory if he gets within 3 seconds. Well, 3 seconds of Crispy, really. He isn't at the moment. Battle for the lead still goes on then between UK Beast Assassin and Race Roller. Carlin and the Charoos battling for the win here in Mexico. The win on track here in Mexico. DRS for Roller once again. Which side is he going to go? Left or right? Left or right? Yeah, he's going to go left. And is UK Beast Assassin going to go back down the inside? He isn't. Darnell closes up on his teammate Crispy. He's not close enough to make a move. Don't think Darnell's going to really overtake Crispy. Crispy has the best penalties. Dodgy going to close up on Menz, his teammate. Menz is also closing up, it seems, on Bennett as well. Ooh, he had a bit of a half look on his teammate there. But he didn't in the end. Go back to the main from the lead then. Oh, Roller looks to have gone a bit wide there. So UK Beast Assassin may be able to take the lead in the next DRS zone. The gap is really closing up. It's hard to do there without following another car, it seems. As Race Roller is proving. But Beast holds behind him now. Heading for the main straight. Mizzy hasn't closed up as much as I thought, so the DRS are really helping the cars ahead. Keep the gap to Mizzy. I believe as it stands, Mizzy is going to get P2 and Crispy is going to get the win at the moment. Let's go back on board for the battle for the lead as Beast goes down the inside of Roller. Can Roller hold it round the outside? He's going to have the inside line for the next corner. No, he backs out of it. The Beast retakes the lead. It's getting a little bit dark here. We might see some rain at the end, but we have only got a few laps to go, so we will see. Let's go down to P10 then, between Menz and Bennett. Looks like he's got him. Bennett might have a go back around the outside. No, the inside line for the next corner. Is he going to send it? No, he's going to back out of it, so that's Menz. Up to P9 now. Dodge is going to have DRS on Bennett. Maybe the two teammates might be able to get past the MP here of Bennett. Is he going to send it? Is Dodgy? No, he's going to hold behind for now. Back on board with Darnell because he looks to be closed up on his teammate Crispy. He is. Two humanoid virtuosos battling. P3 here. Darnell picks up another penalty, and that's not what he was looking for at all. Now put in 9 seconds worth of penalties. The two teammates cause a little bit of havoc between each other. I don't think they're going to be happy with that, but I believe as it stands, I'm not quite sure how Formula 2 point system works. It's my first time doing it, but I think they might be just about into title in race 1. Looks like Darnell's going to have a go down the inside of his teammate. Now he's going to back out. Roller's closing up on UK Beast Assassin for the lead. Now DRS, looks like Beast got a better exit though. I might just save him. Yes, he holds on to the lead. Just over 2 laps to go. That down the field between Bennett and Dodgy. Both of them got DRS. I know Bennett had DRS, but I'm sure about Dodgy. Menz has gone a little bit wide ahead. On board with Sutherland for this because he's got prime view. And he might be able to pick off both of them here. If he can get a decent enough tow. How much speed he gets into this. He's going to send it on one of them. Oh, and Bennett comes back across, and Matt did react to that. I'm very lucky to not be hit off. But Dodgy remains ahead of Bennett for now. And Darnell's closing back up to his teammate, Crispy. Roller's still closing in on Beast. Let's go gap to leader quickly. As it stands, Crispy will win. No, Mizzy will win as it stands. Unjust, I think. And Crispy will be BP2. Mizzy needs to be within 3 seconds of Crispy to win the race. Roller's closing in on Beast, but it's not going to be enough for now. Let's see, can we get past him here though? That's half a second. I don't think he's going to be close enough. As I've just seen Sempo in the chat, Crispy and Mizzy very close. It is. We're nearly about to go on the final lap, so who's going to win this race? As Solano has just got past Bennett for P11. Baggy Fan picks up another penalty, unfortunately for him. But we'll keep an eye on the battle for the lead on track at the moment. Just under 6 tenths between Beast and Race Roller. DRS, Chloe Carlin, can he catch up any more? Darnell, is he going to have a go around the outside of his teammate? Oh, they do touch a little bit, and Darnell backs out of that one. Let's just have a look quickly. As it stands, Mizzy will win the race, as he is within 3 seconds of Crispy. So, final lap now. here in Mexico for the first race here in Formula 2. Roller's going to catch up. He is going to catch up, but he's going to be too far behind. Darnell's going to catch up, but he's still too far behind his teammate. No point taking any risk down at UNI Virtuoso. 6 seconds difference of penalties between the two. And is Roller going to be close enough to maybe send it? He isn't. We keep an eye on these top 4 for the final lap. Well, top 5, because Midzi is still in contention to win this race after penalties. As long as he doesn't pick one up on the final lap. I'll look at positions quickly. Mason Gammon's gained 9, so he looks like he's going to gain the most positions in the race. Let's see if Roller is close enough to get past UK Beast Assassin. This will be for a position on track at the end of the race. Is he going to send it around the outside? He's tried to, but he covers him off. Is he going to send it down the inside? Here he is! Is Roller, can he hold on to it? They do touch. He's just going to have to cut the track. But it does look like UK Beast Assassin is going to take victory on track in race 1. Formula 2. Roller's going to finish P2. Crispy is going to take the win as it stands, but what about Midzi? Midzi's going to finish just behind. 0.2 of a second it was at the line. So Crispy wins race 1 for Virtuosi. Midzi P2. UK Beast Assassin P3. Roller P4. Darnell P5. Czech P6. Division P7. Who was in the wall. Mason Gammon P8. Dodgy now comes across the line to finish P9. Jaylee Menz promotes himself to P8 after penalties and goes straight into Division's car. And I think Bennett has spun at the last corner. So it's a bit of an embarrassing moment from Bennett, and he finishes P11 in the end after penalties. Southerner P12, Owen 13, Oji James 14th, Marsh 15th, Jacques is going to come home for 16th, Primus will get 17th on debut it looks like. Night Ranger's just behind him, so we'll keep an eye on this little battle. Are they going to have a go at the last corner? They might do. Battle for 17th, so it's not going to mean much. Study position, Primus 17th, Night Ranger 18th. Maggie Fan, we finished last unfortunately, he cuts the chicane. Yeah, Crispy takes victory in race 1 with Midzi 0.2 of a second behind him. So very close on the last lap. UK Beast Assassin P3. I've just seen Sem put gap was 2.5 seconds before the final corner. Yeah, so somehow Crispy gained half a second on Midzi through the final corner. So it's very interesting from Crispy there to take victory for UNI Virtuosi. So let's have a quick look. How many points they got. So yeah, it does look like then Virtuosi are constructor champions because they did get 35 points in that race with Crispy winning and Darnell in P5. So hopefully I'm not wrong. Congratulations UNI Virtuosi on the constructors championship for this season. We've still got one more race to go. We've got the sprint race, Formula 2 to go. If I remember rightly, that is the top 10 that get flipped. So that would be Dodgy on pole, I believe. And I'm back, and someone corrects me, it's the top 8 that's flipped, apparently. So that is men's in the Campos on pole, Division P2, Czech P3, Darnell P4, Race Roller P5, UK Beast Assassin P6, Mitty P7, and then Crispy P8. And obviously the order that race 1 finished. Let's have a quick look at the calendar. I think we've got 2 races left in Formula. We do have 2 races left. Formula 2 after. We've got Brazil next week, and then we've got the season finale in Abu Dhabi. So I believe the Drivers' Championship might be able to be wrapped up next week for Race Roller. But let's not jinx him. We've got a while till then. Next Thursday at 8 PM, same time for Brazil for Formula 2. But we've still got one more race left here at Mexico for Formula 2. Sprint race. I think we've just got a bit of an intermission period between the 2 races. Give the drivers a bit of a cool down between the 2. Yes, we're about to get underway for the formation lap. Big thank you to everyone who has joined us tonight. We've got one more race to go, so hopefully some more action for everyone watching at home. For me in the commentary box. Yes, formation lap getting underway here. J-Lee Men's on pole. This 14 laps sprint race. J-Lee Men's leading division, SLR Czech, SLR Darnell, Race Roller 22, UK Beast Assassin, Mitty 15, Crispy 2001, Mason Gamble 5, SLR Dodgy, SLR Bennett, SLR Summoner, Owen Howe 36, OG James 96, SLR Xhaka, SLR Marsh, Primus Gaming, Night Ranger 95, and Baggy Fan 1995. Rounds out the grid, the 19 drivers we have here today. As Night Ranger and Baggy Fan have been disqualified for a good old collision on the formation laps. That's what you love to see. They've got to wait for the rest of the grid to do another half of the lap, and then we get to see them drive through them, which is what we love. Men's on pole. I don't follow Formula 2 too much, but I believe he has won a victory this season. Has won a race this season. I think it was at Hungary, if I remember rightly, if I heard. Can he convert sprint race pole into a sprint race victory? Let's find out. So as we'll just see Night Ranger and Baggy Fans cars already on the grid. After a collision on the formation lap. And it's going down the final corner to put into his grid spot. It's still looking quite a bit dull out there. We're going to maybe get rain later on in this race. I'm not sure. I haven't received a weather report from anyone, so it'll catch us by surprise as well, as everyone is now on their grid slot for race 2 here in Mexico for Formula 2. 5 lights are on and we're underway here in Mexico for Formula 2 in the sprint race. Czech looks to have got the best start. Is he about to take the lead? Going down to turn 1, he's got a turn from Menz. He's pulled to the left hand side of the Campos and he might be able to take the lead. You will see. They're about 5 wide going down to turn 1. It's Menz and get down the inside. And who was that? That was Marsh, who just completely missed turn 1. And Menz has been spun round and so he's going to drop to the back. And that's like Darnell from nowhere. He's took the lead. What on earth has just happened going down into turn 1? If someone can clip that up and put it in the Discord, that would be amazing. We've got a virtual safety car here. But what on earth just happened? What did I just see? That's like Darnell in the lead now. After starting P4, UK Beast Assassin P2, Czech has somehow stayed in P3, the only car to stay in his position. Race roll up to 4, but Menz is now down in 16th after his spin. But what happened with SLR Marsh? He just didn't take turn 1, it looked like. That was crazy. But VSC on lap 1, Primus Gaming is unfortunately out of the race. We are now down to 18. I still can't believe what just happened at turn 1. That was unbelievable. Darnell's going to lead us away from this virtual safety car and we go back to green, which should be any time soon, I hope. Baggy Fan has dropped back a little bit there, so he needs to catch up. And so does Marsh as well, as I think he did pick up quite a big penalty. We're back to green flag. Yeah, he picked up a 10-second, and rightly so. After that, Baggy Fan now picked up a penalty. Darnell then leads us on lap 2 in front of the field with UK Beast Assassin just behind him. Potential second. Is Roller going to have a go on check maybe on his teammate as Marsh has crashed now out the final corner. So we've got a yellow flag there. The two Carlins looking to work together to battle for the lead of the race. So we've got to get past UK Beast Assassin first in the Cheroos. Czech closing up on the Beast. Roller closing up on his teammate Czech. You see any moves. The two high-techs working together as well. The two Carlins and the two high-techs looking to get points out of this race. And boost them up in the Constructors' Championship and themselves in the drivers. Looks like Crispy is also closing up on the back of Dodgy as well. P9. Got a yellow flag as well. I think that's Xhaka who's gone round. It is Xhaka who's gone round. He's lost his front wing as well for good measure. Half of his front wing. He's still going to need to come in for a new one. Crispy's closing up, but this is a good. This is well, quite a few cars in this battle. Crispy's now closing up to Dodgy. Can he get past him going into the final corner? He isn't. He's going to hold until the main straight. Oh, nice one. Nice save from Crispy there to not put it in the barriers. But Mason Gamma's now going to get a good exit and maybe get past the Virtuosi then for P10. Going to pull to the left-hand side of the Virtuosi. Can he get past him going down since turn 1? No DRS just yet. It has now just been enabled. Hold it around the outside. Oh, it looks like he's lost it a bit under braking. Crispy's going to send it back down the inside. Roller and Czech have swapped places. Well, they haven't yet because they're still going to go into the braking zone. Oh, don't touch, guys. They're not. Roller is going to hold on to that position. And he is. So it's P3. Crispy and Mason Gammon, then Mason Gammon with the inside. Crispy, HP10 then. Mason Gammon. Mitsu is now closing up to his teammate Division. Just gone on the grass a little bit there. I wouldn't be surprised if that is a warning. If anything, Division's closing up to check. See how much he can close it up. Check it's got DRS and his teammate Race Roller. I do wonder if there's any team orders down at Carlin to whether keep Roller ahead for the championship or not. Or they'll just let each other race. We're on board with UK Beast Assassin, we see what kind of an exit he gets compared to SLR Darnell. He gets the fastest lap, so he's definitely been closing up. Darnell. And DRS, so we might see the lead going down into turn 1. The pull to the right hand side of the Virtuoso, he's going to get him before the corner. Is Darnell going to try and hold it around the outside? He isn't. He's going to go for maybe a little bit of a switchback. He tries to, but he pulls it off. He's going to have DRS to pull away here. Let's go to Division and check. High-Tech and the Carlin, both battling for P4. Only one car can have that. Does look like it's for the SLR check for the meantime. This Division, he's going to have to go around the outside. Is he going to make it work? He's going to the inside line for the next corner. Can he hold on to P4? Looks like he can. They do touch though. Check picks up a penalty for going wide there. And Division does hold on to P4. So the High-Tech up into P4 now. And the other High-Tech and Midzy closing in to the other to Carlin of check. P5. Check's got better section than Midzy there. So could check. Maybe steal this back from Division. Is he going to send it down the inside? He doesn't. He's going to wait for the main straight. And we're going to go back to this battle for the lead then between Darnell and Beast. And the final corner, go to top 2. He's going to lead going down to turn 1. Baggy fan is pulling into the pit lane, doing the damage. Darnell with DRS now. On UK Beast Assassin. Who is going to take the lead going down to turn 1? Is it going to be Darnell? Is it going to be Beast? They're going to go side by side going down to turn 1. It looks like Darnell's going to hold on. He does take the lead going down to turn 1. Midzy is going to have a go on check, and all the two High-Techs making it 3 wide. Division's hit his teammate, and Check's got the inside line. He's nearly spun. Check losing 2 positions there. Midzy gaining 2 positions. It was the P4. Division P5. Check is now P6. Someone may have made a mistake down the back as well. We saw a yellow flag at turn 1. Not sure who that was. The two High-Techs working together to gain positions, and it has worked out. Looks like Beast then is closing up on Darnell. We've got about 58 as well going on here between Dodgy and Crispy. You can't go wheel to wheel through this through here, guys. No, you definitely can't, because Dodgy is round. It's contact with Crispy. James now gets himself promoted, but Dodgy's going to keep losing positions. Down to 14th he goes. On tap with Crispy. We're back on the battle for the lead then. And Darnell and Beast. This time Beast is going to have DRS. He's going to the position Darnell was last lap. And easily take the lead. We're about to reach the halfway point in the race. He is going to close in, but he's going to be close enough. It looks like he backs off. He's going to wait. He's got another loaded DRS at this next straight, and he nearly loses it a bit under braking there. Did Beast. Darnell got the better exit. He might be able to hold him to the lead for a little while longer. Check. And Division very close again. Division after just getting past. Beast has now picked a penalty for track limits. That might lose him a few positions. Is Check going to send it from a mile back? He definitely had a look. A little bit of contact there between the two. Division holding on. There's contact again. He's literally pushing the High-Tech through the corner. That's how much Check wants to get back past Division. He's not going to let it happen yet. Let's go back on board to the lead then. Is Beast going to close up here on Darnell? He might close up, but I don't think he's going to go for a move. Oh, but Check has got a really good exit on Division. And he looks like he's going to take P5 away from him. He does. If it's a P5, goes SLR Check. Crispy gets past Southerner for P7. So he's making his way back up now. Who else? Let's go back to lead then. Darnell, once again then, getting the better exit there. At the final corner. DRS now for Beast. Can he retake the lead? Going on the main straight. Division, jet past Check. Beast, is he going to go down the inside at turn 1? He does. Okay, Beast Assassin retakes the lead, but he gets really poor. I think Owen and Xhaka crashed at the final corner. I think they had, yes. And we've got a safety car. Full safety car here. As Owen and Xhaka, I think, have came together at the final corner. Or one of them had crashed and hit the other car. But that's another 2 cars out the race. A full safety car. The Beast did retake the lead. Going down into turn 1. And then the safety car came out. So halfway point in this race now. Anyone's race, because the race is now neutralised behind the safety car, so everyone will be bunched up. As I think there are a few cars that are lapped, fortunately. I'm not sure. I'm sure if Night Ranger and Baggy Fan did get lapped. I think they did, unfortunately for them. And I don't think you can unlap yourself behind the safety car. Is B's going to come in? He isn't going to come in. Fresh tyres. I don't think anyone is, to be honest. Check looked like he did, but doing the dummy. Maybe dummying's a bit late, but actually not. Bennett, though, he is going to pit. He's down in P10, so he doesn't have much to lose to SLR Bennett. Maybe pitting for a fresh set of super softs, I'm going to presume. Reggie James now comes into the pit lane. So does SLR Dodgy as well. The Night Ranger is already on a set of super softs, but came in again. They'd get an even fresher set. Unfortunately, it's a lap down. And the Baggy Fan as well, he's decided to stay out. They are now catching up to the Mercedes AMG GTR safety car. Safety car should be in at the end of the next lap if we get the field caught up. If not, it'll be the end of lap 10. So Bennett, OG James, SLR Dodgy, and Night Ranger's gone on to a new set of softs, interestingly. But the 3 on fresh super softs, this might really help their race. If they can make positions, because obviously you're on a DRS for the first 3 laps. And if we go on to the end of lap 10, we might get DRS on the final lap. But we will see then. With Beast at leads, it's like little penalties. Beast with 3, Chet with 6, Mason Gavin with 3, Jelly Menz with 3, 83 so far. SLR Xhaka, the ones that caused this safety car, and SLR Marshall Primus Gaming, the other 2 of DNF from the race. Because Hammers has picked up a penalty behind the safety car, and I think Check has came in. Check has now decided to come in. A fresh set of super softs, I presume. He should, I'm not sure, come out behind SLR, either behind or just ahead of SLR Bennett. I'm not sure how the delta is in Formula 2. I don't know if it's the same as F1. I think he will come out ahead of Bennett. Pretty comfortably, actually. Looks like Bennett can now go full throttle. It might be closer than I thought. Bennett is going to get out ahead. Mine. Right, OG James. Is he going to get out ahead? Check. He isn't. Check now comes up P11. Like I was saying, these 4 super soft runners might be really quick in the final laps of this race. Some audio issues there. Hopefully that has now fixed. We don't technical gremlins bothering us for the rest of the race. As yeah, we are going to get the safety car will come in at the end of the next end of this lap. So we're going to get 3 laps of racing. And we will get DRS on the final lap, so that may be crucial. The only super soft runner to not have a penalty is Bennett. So depending on how many positions he can gain in these 3 laps, he might, well, anyone is in contention for this race victory, but especially Bennett on the fresh super softs and without a penalty, he's going to really help him, and depending on how he can overtake these cars. Maybe Night Ranger's catch up now, and he has just about now. So yeah, the safety car will come into the pit lane and end this lap. We'll get a 3-lap sprint to the end. It is Formula 2 sprint race here in Mexico. It will be UK Beast Assassin that takes us away in the final sector of lap 10. We're about to green flag. Yep, and Rush Control just confirmed safety car will be at the end of this lap. Get back to green flag racing. As I've just seen Sem put in the chat, Bennett is going to win. He definitely could, but anyone could win this race. For all we know, Night Ranger could win this race and he's a lap down. But we're going to find out as Beast is now just gone. For the final corner, and he looks like and Dono nearly loses it out of the last corner, so that's going to help Beast pull away a little bit. As we're going to lap 11 now, are we going to see the news go around to turn? I wouldn't be surprised if we do. The total around here is pretty big. Crispy, I can see, is closing up to division. P5, is Crispy going to send it down on the outside, maybe, of the high tech? They were battling early on in the race, and they're going to be battling now on lap 11. Can he take P5? Division's going to have the inside line, and he cannot. Division holds on to P5. Southerner is now going to catch up on Crispy. In the ART, is he going to have a go? No, he's going to hold back. What about Bennett, though, on the fresh super softs? He's got JD Menz just ahead of him. And if he wants to get anything from this race, Bennett, he's going to need to overtake these cars as soon as possible. We can see any overtake going into the next straight or going through the S section. I doubt you'll see any through the S section actually. It's hard to go too wide through there. Hard to follow another car through there, for goodness sake. Darnell, 6.5 tenths is the gap between him and Beast. And he's going to move, but a move that is happening between Czech and Bennett. Bennett's going to send it back down the inside of Czech in the Carlin. Bennett's now going to have the inside, so Czech going to go back down the inside. Bennett's going to have the inside for the next corner and the final corners. Oh, they do touch and Czech's in the wall. And he's not going to be happy with Bennett at all from that. Czech with front wing damage. Unfortunately, is now going to be out of this race. Oh, and that's Menz has gone round as well. Menz has spun at the final corner. Oh, and he's gone round again. And he's gone virtually into the pit lane. We're going to go back to the front though, because Roll is now closing up to Darnell. But as it stands, Darnell is going to win this race on penalties because Beast needs to pull another 2 seconds in the final 2 laps. I don't see that happening at the moment, but who knows, anything can happen. Mason Gammon's closing up to Southern a little bit now, but P7, he's not going to send it from there. That dodgy though. And he closes up to OG James, P10. He cannot. Race roller. And he closes up to Darnell again. Do the S's section. So where time could be won and lost to the car ahead. It doesn't look like he's close enough. That's around half a second. Yeah, way too far back. So with 2 laps to go in this race now. Czech picks up a penalty, but unfortunately, for that contact earlier on, he's out of the race, and he is now officially out of this race. I'm not sure if he's crashed or retired on track, but he is now out of the race. DRS has now been enabled on lap 13. I thought it'd be on the last lap, but apparently not. So we are going to get DRS for the final 2 laps of this race, not the final lap, so I might bet on that one. We're not going to get DRS till after the S's section. The detection point for the final corner covers the next two, as Mason Gammon might be able to get past SLR Southern here, down the inside line, and he is through into P7, but they do touch, and Southern was nearly round there. That's going to promote Bennett to P8, and because he's got such a good run on Mason Gammon, might be for P7. Do touch again there. Bennett, is he going to send it around the outside? He's got a fresh super softs on. He's got the inside line for the next corner, and Bennett is now to P7. He is 2.8 seconds away from Crispy. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get him in the final 2 laps, but it's still amazing drive so far from Bennett. In 4 positions so far in this race. Keep an eye on Race Roller. OG Hammers picks up a penalty. Track limits. Race Roller has got DRS on Darnell. Darnell doesn't have DRS on Beast. He's not within a second. Midsy's also getting involved in this battle again. The Beast maybe get podium in both races. He won both races last time out in Russia, the sprint and the feature. Roller's gone a little bit wide there. Maybe Midsy snatch a podium, as he did in the other race earlier on. See then, is Roller going to close up a bit more? Kind of slow Darnell, or is he going to be too far back? Down to turn 1. It's a little bit too far back, is the Carlin. Man in the leading championship, hoping to maybe win the race, because this could be for the race victory. Beast may win on track on the final lap of this race. Really, the battle for the victory is between these 2 drivers, Roller and Darnell. Who is going to take it? Looks like Darnell got a better exit over Roller there. And that might just give him the race victory as it stands. Midsy though, following close behind. Don't think it's going to be close enough to vision. His teammate is right behind him. Unfortunately, he's picked up another penalty for track limits. So is he going to have a go on his teammate? Does have a look around the outside, but 2 teammates are surely not going to give each other a hard time. The division's just going to hold behind. Looks like though UK's Beast Assassin is going to come across the line to win again on track, but it's not going to be for the after penalties. Beast wins on track. SLR Darnell wins the sprint race with Race Roller in P2 and Midsy P3, finishing on the podium in both races with Midsy, so he'll be very happy this weekend. UK Beast Assassin finishes P4 after penalties, he will be not happy with himself for that. Crispy finishes P5, Bennett P6, Division P7, Southern P8, Dodgy P9, Mason Gammon P10, OG Hammers P11, J. Lee Menz 12, starting on pole, but unfortunately spun at turn 1. Baggy Fan 13th, who was a lap down, and so was Night Ranger in 14th. Check, Owen, Jacques and Marsh, Primus Gaming, the retirements. Let me get the top 3 in the party quickly. The in-game driver day goes to Baggy Fan in the end. Put in the chat who you think your driver of the day was for the sprint race. So Darnell then wins the sprint race from Race Roller, from Midsy. Good race from all 3 of them. Race Roller gets the fastest lap. And the top 3 in the top 3 points from this weekend. Crispy with 31, Midsy finished P2 with 28, and Darnell just behind, tied with Beast with 20. I believe we have the top 3 in the party. We do. Make sure you've ticked your boxes. Oh, we don't. We need to get Crispy here. Why did I invite you? I probably invited the top 3 in this race, didn't I? Not the results. Sorry for that one, mate, but yeah, Crispy should be in a second. We just need Crispy to get in here in a second. And I think, is Crispy in here now? He is in here. So let's start off with Midzi then. Well, finished on the podium for both races. How was it out there? Can you talk us through both your races if you can?
Um, yeah, it's pretty fun actually, to be honest. I wasn't. I don't think I was quicker than. I don't think I was even the same pace as Darnell, Beast, and probably Rolder and Crispy. But I just didn't. Yeah, main goal was just not get, and I somehow managed to do that. So it was good fun actually. Don't really usually drive these cars, so just kept it clean. That was it, pretty much.
Exactly. We haven't seen you much in these F2 cars, like you said. You've done pretty well. Get podium in both races and the in top three scorers for this week. So big well done to you. Let's go on to SLR Darnell then. If I'm right, Virtuosi have won the Constructors' Championship. So big well done to you and Crispy for doing that. Firstly,
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a good season for both of us. We probably could have got more points if luck was all in our way. But yeah. I didn't really have the pace, to be honest, today. Like I just didn't feel good at this track. Like I kind of was just following the front pack in the feature and the sprint. Luckily, I managed to get first into turn one, almost absolutely destroyed by someone. I don't know who it was, but yeah, whoever drove across the track at turn one almost killed me. But yeah.
yeah, I think that was SLR Marsh. He did put in the chat there's something about his brakes or something. So I'm not sure what happened there, but it did crack me up. But yeah, like you said, even though you didn't have a bit lucky with Bees getting penalties that got you the victory in the sprint, so surely you must be happy with that one as well.
Yeah, I mean, before the safety car came out, we were kind of using each other for DRS just to kind of pull away from Roller. But when the safety car came out, that kind of went out the window, and so it was more or less just go for the win, really. So yeah, he won both races on track, but had penalties, so I took the second one off him.
Exactly. Well done to you today, and let's move on to your teammate then, Crispy. Well, you've closed up to Roller quite a bit in the championship now. You've got a top scorer this weekend. Do you mind talking us through your two races then, please?
Yeah, it was. I think I'm pretty surprised to be actually sitting near the winner of the weekend, considering it's not really a great track. If I'm being totally honest, for a pad player anyway. But yeah, I think the feature race was interesting. I think I only lost out by pole by like half a tenth, something like that, which was surprising as well. And then I think saw what Midzi said. I probably wasn't quite on pace on on raw pace with Beast and whatnot, but I think there was quite a bit of battling at the front, and that managed to get me back into DRS. And then I think I was sitting on 3 seconds of penalties and just managed to keep it at 3 seconds for the rest of the race, while they were on 6, and I think Joe behind me was on like 9 or something like that. But yeah, again, just kept it penalty free for the final 5-6 laps or so, and that was that really. And then the sprint race had the usual turn one antics like it pretty much does every week. I don't really know what happened. I just got sandwiched between like 3 cars, dropped down to like P10, and then managed to make my way up again quite a bit. And then I think the safety car came, and then check pitted, and then I think from there nothing too much really happened, and then I just ended up getting P5 on penalties again. So in terms of the 2 races, it was alright really. Can't really have too many complaints.
Definitely. Even though you say you didn't have the pace, top score from this weekend, so must be really happy with that one.
No, yeah,
Can
definitely.
Can I just say as well, well done, Crispy and Darnell.
Yeah,
well,
that's
it really.
Thank you. No, actually, again, just gonna say as well. big well done to Joe as well. Obviously, constructors champion. So there we go.
We'll have to get the
Finally,
tissues out now. Is that...
yeah, I know. It's making me emotional. I know. Oh yeah, finally won something in SLR. So can't complain really.
Just remember,
Well done.
I said it in the F2 chat, but we all have the same 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, I know. I
And,
saw it. It was quality.
yeah.
That. Our dreams in the start of the season.
The drivers' championship still isn't over as well between yourself and Race Roller. I'm UK Beast Assassin as well. So do you still have your maybe sights set on the championship as well?
Yeah, totally. I do. I don't really know what I've got the gap down to now. It's probably still quite a bit, but yeah, still two races left. I've got nothing to lose. Just got to full send it both races really and see what happens.
Exactly. So that's all we've got time for tonight. Again, big well done to you and I, Virtuosi, for claiming the Constructors Champions here in Formula 2. Make sure to join us tomorrow for the Division 1 race at 8 p.m. Saturday, we've got the Division 2 race at 6 p.m. And then later on that night, Division 3 at 9 p.m. And then Sunday, we've got the McEwen Division. Make sure to join us for that at 7 p.m. But yeah, that's all we've got time for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for watching.